Hey everybody, Coach Brian back with you, and I'm excited to bring you our top 5 series at Strong Tower. So today we're going to be working through our top 5 unconventional balance drills. So balance is a really important thing, especially as we age. We want to reduce fall risk, make people better balanced and more stable. If a midline is more stable, our brain sits right on top of that midline, right? So typically it makes people more confident movers. And it just overall helps force production, whatever that is. If that's a hobby like golf, tennis, we want to get better at producing force. A stable midline is going to unlock that capacity. If you want to do a better squat, or you want to pick grandkids up off the floor, or just get yourself up off the floor, we also need a stable midline. And so the top 5 drills today are a little unconventional because they target the vestibular system, and that's our inner ear. It's what helps us resist gravity, know which way is up, and move throughout our world really well. And so the first thing I want you to do is we're going to assess balance. I just want you to, if you're in a safe place and you're cleared to exercise, you're comfortable with doing this stuff, you can stand on one leg and see how long you can do that. Maybe it's 10, 15 seconds. If it's longer than that, maybe we need to add something to challenge you a little bit. You can test the other leg. And again, make sure you're in a safe environment. You got space around you to either hold on to a wall or a stable object if you needed to. If you're really stable, we can add in a little bit of side-to-side head movement. And you can also test out up and down. Now my foot's really starting to wiggle, and it's harder to balance. So notice just what that head movement does in terms of that balance. And starting to get some sway and wobble coming in. So retesting after our top 5 drills, we would know if we saw better balance, that we made some improvement there. If it got worse, maybe that's not the drill, or we need a different variation of that drill for you. So the first one is bouncing. It's pretty simple. We're going to bounce up on the ball of foot, just going straight up and down, trying to make sure that your ears, inner ear again, is going straight up and down vertically. So from the side, I'm not moving forward back very much. I'm trying to stay just in that straight line up and down. I've had clients do this where somebody that couldn't squat for the last year or two was having trouble with depth in their squat, which is also an up and down movement. All of a sudden was able to squat deeper than she had, almost started crying. It was really kind of cool, doing 30 seconds of light bouncing like that. We can also load that. So another version of drill number 1 is bouncing with some load. So what I'm going to do is just take this nifty band from FlexFit. It's the resist band. Come up over a shoulder and then step back into the band with the other foot. So I got the band anchored under both feet, securely under the arch. And now I have a little bit of pressure or load pressing down on me. I can work on lengthening, getting tall into that band resistance, and now bouncing again. And so 20, 30 seconds. If you're feeling good with it, you're comfortable with it. We're just working on posture, letting the arms relax. This also has some other benefits for your lymphatic system, but we're focusing on balance and vestibular today. So we'll just stay on track with that. So then you could go ahead and retest your balance. You could retest something else like a squat too if you wanted to, and get established again. And then as you add in, maybe you're adding in head movement, maybe you're standing on one leg, maybe you're standing on 2 legs with feet together, and that's your starting point. That's totally fine. Note, did my balance seem to get better from that input, the up and down bouncing, or did it get worse? If better, we know that's a great drill, a great input for you. The next one, we're going to target a different part of the vestibular system that senses our, instead of vertical, horizontal acceleration. So we're going to get into a nice wide stance. Again, if you're comfortable with this, bend the knees slightly. Now the goal is to eliminate vertical movement of the head. So I'm going to try to make sure my head stays on a straight line. Conveniently enough, there's a line right behind me, so hopefully you can give me a grade on whether the head is staying linear on that horizontal plane or not. And then again, we could load this. You could hold a medicine ball, a kettlebell, external weight. Because I have the FlexFit band, it's awesome for this as well. We can go ahead and step in, make sure that both feet are securely anchored, and go back into that side slide drill, the lateral drill for the vestibular system. So now going back and forth here. We could pick a visual target out. So if we wanted to stare at the camera or something a little closer, all variables that we could play around with. So after some loaded side sliding, we come back and retest. I'm going to keep rolling through the drills to let you retest on your own. And the next one that we're going to work on is a VOR. And so I have my nifty vision stick here and just has letters on it. So if you had like a pen, business card, something with letters on it, we're going to visually pick up a target that's clear, hopefully at about arm's length. And if you needed some visual assist, it's better to do without glasses because it allows bigger range of eye movement. If you had to wear glasses or contacts, that's okay. You could also adjust the distance that that target is away from you if you needed to. So the VOR is a reflex in our vestibular system, wiring the eyes and the inner ear together to help us stabilize our eyes on a target while our head is in motion. So I'm standing tall and shaking my head side to side. We could also test up and down or vertical VOR. We can also go on the diagonal lines, up to the right, down to the left, up to the left, down to the right. That target visually should stay clear the whole time, should be able to maintain a relaxed and tall posture. From there, of course, we would retest. You could retest individually for each of those head movements, up, down, side to side, and diagonals. The next one is the VOR-C, or cancellation of that VOR. So we're taking that reflex and canceling it out by moving the target with your head movement. So now I'm going to rotate my head to the right and move the target at the same time. We would again want to go through all those different directions, and you could test them individually again. Up left, down right, up right, down left. And again, that target should stay clear, and you should move at a pace that you're comfortable with at first, and then gradually, as you work on these and get better at them, maybe challenge the speed a little bit and gradually work up the speed or tempo. Of course, we would reassess, retest the balance, and see how stable that feels. And then there's one more. So that's drill number 4. Drill number 5, we're going to do 2 versions again. One is a pursuit where the target's now moving, but our head is stable. So as the target moves, head is stable. I'm going to track that visual target with my eyes. What direction should we move the eyes? Well, all the directions that we just worked on. Up and down, right to left, and then of course those diagonals. And the second version of this drill is a bonus. I'm going to give you just a great way to load it. So our neck muscles are very closely linked through those reflexes to our eye muscles. And so we can add some load by gently providing some banded resistance. So this is my now super cool FlexFit headband, and I'm going to gently pull to the side so that I have some load on my neck musculature, a little bit more on the right side in this case, as I'm pulling the head to the left. And then I would repeat my pursuit. So I want to go right to left, up and down, and then staying tall, breathing, covering those diagonal movements and making sure that the target stays clear the whole time. Of course, if I load one way, we could also load the other way. Some people actually do need more work on one side or the other, and maybe one direction or the other based on testing. And of course, we cover all 8 directions again. Could we do these in lunge positions or other stances? The answer is yes. It's important to add some level of novelty to your training to keep your brain engaged. and hopefully to make it a little bit more fun for you. So of course, retesting after that smooth pursuit is the last drill. And again, this could be a balance test, which we're focusing on today. It could be a squat, a lunge, or some other functional movement. So that was probably the best on my left leg. So that's a win take-home drill as far as doing a little gentle loading on the neck muscles and some smooth pursuits. I hope you found a couple in there that were amazing for your balance and movement. If you have questions, reach out and we'll look forward to talking to you soon. We're bringing you another in the top 5 series at Strong Tower. Thanks.